Today we are looking at lesson 3 of our Australia's system of government, and we're going to be looking at laws and regulations today. So we've mentioned laws quite a few times in our last couple of lessons, but we're going to explain what they are today. So laws of a nation. Here in Australia, we have laws that are formal rules which set an expectation of how people and organisations in society should behave. So as Australia is a representative democracy, people are elected to Parliament to make laws on behalf of the Australian population. Our Constitution, in section 51, outlines that the federal parliament has the power to make laws for the peace, order and good government of the Commonwealth. So, Australia is based on a rule of law. So our legal system is based on that rule of law. And the rule of law outlines that Australians should all be treated equally by the law and that all Australians should obey that law. It says that laws should be established and not changed frequently, so we can't keep changing our rules just when we want to. Laws should be clearly outlined, laws should be fair, and lawmaking should be guided by open and clear rules. The judiciary, which is the courts, should be independent and should not be influenced by the government. The courts should be easily accessible. Crime preventing agencies must not change the law. So people like the police, they can't change the law. They enforce the law and they make sure that people obey that law, but they don't actually have a say in creating the law. And natural justice should be obeyed. So if you break those laws, then there are consequences to the rules. So just like we have rules in our classroom, and we have rules in our school, there are rules in Australia, and the rules in Australia are called laws. So what we're going to have a look at today, we're going to actually have a look at one of the laws that we have here in Australia, and it's the Australian Education Act, and it was last changed in 2013. So, to ensure that the Act says, to ensure that Australian schooling system provides a high quality and highly equitable education for all students. So that's the law. To ensure that Australian schooling system provides a high quality and high equitable education for all students. What does that mean? Basically, it means that Australian schools should be fair and be of good value and fair for all, regardless of wealth or location. So everyone is entitled to an education, everyone is entitled to a good education, and it shouldn't depend on whether that person is really wealthy or not, and it should not depend on where they are located here in Australia. So there's 3 questions that we have about this law, and it's an opinion piece. So no opinion is wrong, but I would like you to have a think about this law. Why do you think it is important for us to have a law about education? Do you think that it's fair? Do you think that that is okay for everyone? Do you think it includes everyone? Do you think it excludes anyone? Does this law need changing? Do you think that that law should be changed? Tell me why or why not. So it's three questions that you need to answer on Google Classroom, and I would like them to be in full sentences, and I just want to see what you have to say about that law.